What's up everyone? In this video, I'll be talking about the differences between StashAway and StashAway Simple and how to find out which one best suits your needs. I'll also be showing you the role of StashAway Simple in my overall portfolio or money management system and how I use it compared to my other investments like ASB, so stick around till the end if you want to know all there is to know about StashAway Simple. Cha-ching! I've been using StashAway Simple ever since it launched about 6 months ago, and initially I thought I wasn't going to use it that much. It only gives about a 2% return every year, and I thought that I'd rather put my money into the StashAway investment portfolio or ASB. But now I realize how useful it can be when I need to park my money for the short term before I make a long-term investment. Instead of leaving my cash in a traditional savings account which has like a 0.25% return every year, I've decided to treat StashAway Simple as sort of like my high interest savings account where I can store cash that's easily accessible and has a relatively good interest rate every year. And we'll talk more about the returns in a bit. But I do this because sometimes I feel uncomfortable whenever I have too much cash sitting in my savings account. Just like how I feel uncomfortable when you don't smash that like button, or when I find out that 85% of people watching our videos are not subscribed to the channel. So go ahead and smash that like button right now and subscribe to the channel so I feel more comfortable and we can carry on with the video. But one of the reasons why I don't feel comfortable when I have a lot of cash in my savings account is because, one, it's not earning a lot of interest, but the other reason is because every time I open my bank account and I see that cash I have, my mind tends to believe that I can afford to buy expensive things, which is something I don't want. I want to have as little money as possible in my bank savings account so that every time I open it and I see that it's very low or barely there, my mind will think that I don't have a lot of money and I have to be a little bit more frugal, which is something I want to practice more. We've all been in that situation where we open our bank account and we see that the balance is really low and we feel a bit anxious and we want to cut back a bit on our spending. So even if I'm making more money, I want that slight anxiety to be with me, believe it or not, so that I can kind of trick my mind into believing that I don't have a lot of money to spend on luxurious things, because I don't. Most of my money is used for investing in the future, so the more I can kind of hide this money away from myself in accounts that are not as accessible as my own savings account, the better. So if I put my money into StashAway Simple instead, and I don't have a lot of money in my savings account, then my mind will think that I don't have a lot of money to spend, which is a good thing. So why don't I put my money into StashAway's investment portfolio or other investment accounts instead? We'll talk about that in the next part here, and the first topic I want to talk about is accessibility. Things like how easy it is to deposit and withdraw your money when you need to. So StashAway Simple is not as accessible as your traditional bank savings account, which can be a good thing or a bad thing. It's bad because you can't go to the ATM to instantly withdraw your money, or you can't buy things online immediately. And this, like I mentioned earlier, stops me from spending this money. Because I can't go on Shopee and buy things with my StashAway Simple account, I can only use my savings account, which I only keep enough money to pay my monthly expenses. So every time I want to buy something online, I have to think about it twice. It takes about 2 to 3 working days from the time you withdraw your money from StashAway before it lands into your bank account. And I believe that this is the same for ASB as well. But for ASB, you can only withdraw 500 ringgit from your portfolio online every month, compared to StashAway Simple where you can withdraw any amount you like. You can withdraw any amount of money you want from your ASB account if you go to the bank or the ASB branches, but at least where I live, the banks have been full since like April last year. But like I said earlier, there are advantages to having less access to your money. Before StashAway Simple, I used to park my money in my ASB account, and most of the time, the act of physically going to the bank to withdraw the money is already enough for me to rethink or reconsider using that money in the first place. So I kind of put barriers or obstacles for me to access my money so that I don't spend it impulsively, which has happened before, which is why I do this. This is the main reason why I use StashAway Simple more for the short term, when I don't know exactly where to put my money yet, because I can withdraw it online easier than I can with ASB. For longer term investments, when I know that I don't need to use this money for the next year or so, I'll put it into my ASB account or other investments. But now let's talk about the major differences between these investment options, which is interest rate or yearly returns. With StashAway Simple, you get about a 2.4% interest rate every year, which is similar to most fixed deposits out there. It's nothing great, but unlike fixed deposits, you can withdraw your money anytime you want and at any amount. Also, with StashAway Simple, your interest is calculated daily and it's paid out to you monthly. You can see the interest I've been paid here, and I get it every month. This return of 2.4% has been stable for a while now, but it can change depending on market conditions, and StashAway will notify you if there are any changes. Compared to ASB, I only receive my dividends every year, and the interest is calculated monthly. Now we can't talk about returns without talking about risk, and StashAway Simple has a very low risk index of 1%. This means there's about a 1% chance of you losing 1% of your portfolio. I can't really compare that to ASB because what are the chances of the government failing? Maybe close to 1% as well? I don't know. But when you compare that to my StashAway investment portfolio, which has a risk index of 22%, there's a 1% chance that I'll lose up to 22% of my money in that portfolio. So StashAway Simple is very low risk, and I would say the risk is comparable to fixed deposits or ASB. And with that low risk comes low returns, but with the added benefit of having more online access to your money compared to ASB or fixed deposits. Now let's touch on exactly what you're invested in when you put money into StashAway Simple. All of your money will be invested in the Eastspring Investment Islamic Income Fund, which is a money market fund. It's also Sharia compliant, so if that's something you're looking for, then I think this is a great option. The Eastspring Investment Fund is nothing new, but what StashAway Simple does is it allows users like you and I to invest in these funds, because traditionally you would have to invest 50,000 ringgit upfront to be able to access this fund. So shout out to StashAway for making investment tools like this more accessible to people like us who are just starting out on our financial journey. In terms of fees, StashAway doesn't charge you anything for investing in this fund. The Eastspring fund managers charge a 0.31% expense ratio, which is already factored in by StashAway Simple. And when the fund gives rebates, StashAway Simple also redistributes these rebates back to us. So StashAway isn't really making any money from the StashAway Simple portfolio. They're just a middleman between us and the Eastspring investment fund. So the question that arises is, why is StashAway doing this for free? And it comes down to two words: user acquisition. You know how Grab or Shopee gives new users 30 ringgit vouchers when they download the app for the first time? This is something similar. Companies have to come up with ridiculously good offers for new potential customers so that they download the app. Sometimes these companies might even lose money upfront by giving you these great offers. But over the long term, you're more likely to get familiar with the service and use it if you like it. And that's when they make their money. It's like when Grab or Shopee first launched, they need to give people 30 ringgit vouchers so that more people download the app and get used to using it. Once people are on the app, then chances are if it's good, they'll stay on it and keep using it. For StashAway, they make money from their investment accounts. So StashAway Simple is like a free trial version for you to try it out and see whether you like it. And if you do, they're hoping that you put your money into their investment accounts, which they will charge you fees on, and that's how they make their money. And I'd say it's a good deal. Having access to a fund that in the past, you would only have access if you could invest 50k upfront. So I'm glad to see that these apps are giving people like us great tools for us to start building our wealth. And if you're wondering whether StashAway is safe to use, they're licensed by the Securities Commission Malaysia, and your money is kept in a custodian account, which means all the investments you make are legally owned by you. So that's how and why I use StashAway Simple. I use it as a high interest savings account to park my money for the short term before I make long-term investments. It helps my money keep up with inflation, which is something my traditional savings account doesn't do, but not accessible enough for me to just spend it online or withdraw it immediately. I also use it to separate my money so that I don't spend any additional or windfall income I get. So it's been a great tool in my personal finance toolkit. But how do you use StashAway Simple? I've gotten a lot of great ideas on how to use StashAway from the comment section of our videos. So let me know in the comments how you use StashAway Simple and share your ideas with the community. If you want to give StashAway a try, I'll leave a link in the description below. If you want to see a comparison of StashAway and other investment apps in Malaysia, you can click here, and I'll see you in the next one.